personal reading code Blackbird18. All right, Blackbird18, you're looking into your soul's purpose, Akashic Records, any information that's going to be helpful and beneficial to your journey currently. Now, if you do a reading later on, there could be more that's important, but for right now, what do you need as your next keys from your Akashic Records, from your soul's purpose, from your soul's contract now to move forward? The good thing here is you don't have skepticism when dealing with the fates, 817 on the timer, when dealing with this clarity, when dealing with tarot, when dealing with Akashic stuff, when dealing with soul's purpose. You are very much aware that it is real. And it surprises you in it. You're like, there's admiration here. You love it because it's helpful, it's beneficial. You see the good in it. So you're being guided to continue to see the good in it, but be careful of the bad. You're very wise when it comes to who on the outskirts of your life, such as social media and stuff like that, of who to kind of get advice from and who to be wary from. This is good. This is part of your journey. Especially when you're dealing with prophets or people that claim to be prophets. Continue being guarded with what you listen to. There will be a lot of confusing stuff coming up in the future. Similar to how there's a fracture in the spiritual community right now, you will continue to see fractures in the spiritual community. Again, anyone that was false, that was just kind of making stuff up, they're going to come out of the woodwork. So continue to be cautious of who you're listening to, because you are in a very distinct path. That's why you've been guided to ask the questions that you've been asked. Your higher self was ready to move forward with kind of your soul's purpose, your mission here, your contract, your Akashic Records. And this is in preparation. So the reading that you've previously had regarding a situation you're in, and the fact that you are kind of strategizing ways to move forward from that, this next question that you asked, that this reading is about. Also, please don't make this reading fit if it does not resonate. If you want your own reading, Mind, Body, Spirit with Cass, you can message me there, or email me justcassieThings@gmail.com. Your higher self is prepping you. First, you ask the right question and you're making moves. The second question helps you with your guide, your pathway, your compass, where to go next. What should you be doing? These are all in preparation for your future, for your greatest and highest alignment. So you're asking the right questions and you're making the right moves. All right, so Most High, help me channel here Blackbird18 of what they need to know regarding their Akashic Records, their soul contract, in the now, what is beneficial for them. Leave out the stuff that's important for later, that involves more strategic moves on their end before they need this knowledge. Please and thank you. You lived a very interesting life in past lives. You may have remembrance of them or dreams. You may just think they're dreams, but they're not. Pay attention to your dream space, because as you continue to grow along your journey, also protect your dream space, while you're sleeping, because your ancestors are going to be sending you signs and signals. Now, you must interpret which ones are from past lives, but you will be having dreams of past lives, and it's things that you learned, lessons you learned in past life. Reincarnations, people you came into contact with. Now you're going to see repeated patterns. Pay attention to the ones that are repeated. This will be someone that in this lifetime you've had a relationship with, but they're not memories, they're not visions, and they're not things that actually happened in this lifetime. And you're like, well, that's weird. It feels like it's extremely familiar, but that never happened in this lifetime with that person. You're having a remembrance of past lives with them. You're closing roots from past lives. And that may be confusing at first, but what you're essentially doing is you're getting closer to not your last reincarnation, but, well, it could be, depending on your greatest and highest alignment in this lifetime. You could easily get there, should you choose to walk that path. However, it's trying to show you, your ancestors are really trying to show you in the dream space, past situations you've had with these past souls in past reincarnations, so that you don't repeat it going forward in this lifetime, because your internal compass is guiding you. It feels like you are a high priestess in past lives. And you're almost walking yourself to be a high priestess in this life, and not just sitting in high priestess energy, but a true high priestess. Someone who is guiding. You have like magic and essence within you that can guide others, healing hands type of situations. The experiences that you have make you relatable to help more people, and this is the energy that you're moving forward in this lifetime. And your past lifetimes were preparing you for this as well. Many moons ago, many past lifetimes ago, you were absolutely a high priestess, and you helped it's giving like high authority people, energies. Believe it or not, it's like something about Ireland here is significant, or Scotland. Somewhere very, very green. Like it. Anyways, your Akashic records are trials and tribulations. Your end all be all, something you've done before, something that you're walking towards again, is shamanism. This is not necessarily above a high priestess energy, but it's like an advanced version of high priestess energy. It's what happens after you sit in that high priestess energy. And you are walking that path. There's a lot of changes that you have before that happens, because of, I'm going to call them distractions. People, entities, distractions, things, addictions, chains and bounds that hold us back. They didn't stop you, but put you on additional pathways. However, those experiences are very beneficial for your future should you choose to continue to walk that path. You always have a choice, but your higher self is guiding you towards shamanism. You have a lot of people that you could help. And the more that you walk that path, you are tapped in. You have very specific keys in your energetic blueprint of advanced knowledge. The problem is this advanced, it's like, think about your body being strings on a guitar, and they got all tangled somehow through life. Now they need to untangle themselves to play the right song, the right frequency. You're untangling a lot to play the right frequency, because in that frequency there's a note that you have, a key, ancient knowledge, that is beneficial to society. Every person that's kind of walking this path, that has this in their Akashic records, that has this in their blueprint, their essence, they have that extra special note that plays the full symphony in song. You're a hidden note, and you have a hidden note and a hidden key, and that's what you're working towards. So as you continue this pathway of unweaving and untangling yourself now, walking towards that high priestess energy, tapping into your gifts and abilities, understanding your blueprint, eventually that note will become apparent to you, and you will sing that note as part of the overall symphony and orchestra, just like a lot of shamans. So you are walking towards uncovering keys and notes that only you hold. There are very specific people here that's energetic blueprint, waves of people that have these notes in this huge song. You're one of those people. That's what you're trying to uncover. That's what your higher self is guiding you to do. So what your Akashic records show right now is when your gut, your intuition, your guiding light, your higher self is calling you to make moves, the more times and the quicker you just say, okay, I am going to take the leap of faith, and you move forward, you're unweaving the fabric of so many moons of towers and more weaves that you could be tangled in. You're unweaving it faster every time you believe in yourself and have the confidence to take that leap of faith. Every time you listen to your own guiding light and follow your own guiding light, the I am inside of you, you get, it's like fast tracking. It's like you're fast tracking. It's like you're getting a shortcut, or you're going down the tunnel in Mario that gets you quicker to the next world. That's what you're doing right now. So Spirit's encouraging you that if you take anything from this message, apart from everything else you've learned, the more you believe in yourself, have confidence in the I am, when your guiding light tells you and your intuition shows you, and your body, mind, soul, everything tells you, every time you do that, you're going to fast track yourself to tapping into those gifts, tapping into that note that you hold in the keys, and